They want Donald Trump to disappear. They want to send him to jail. They want to take him off the main stage because they know here's their biggest danger to taking the ruling class down. No, you know what? Donald Trump is not the ruling class. Donald Trump is for every New Yorker. He's for every Texan, every state. Donald Trump has put his whole life on the line, for the American people. When he came down that escalator, he probably had no idea that he was going to be called to be the man in the gap to stand up for Americans. And he's standing up for you, even if you don't know it.
I don't know what to do. I want to cry. I feel so bad for these Republicans who feel like they absolutely have to show up this way to win the support from King Donald Trump.
You guys support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
You might like Scientology. Have you thought about it? It's just like Trumpism. It's a cult. Want to join a cult? The Xenu's a galactic warlord. It's similar to the election fraud stuff. We have to take his word for it on faith. The election conspiracy theories are the same thing as like Xenu and... What do you know about it? Were you in it? Did you get away? Go by the church and just say, hey, I'm a Trump supporter, and they'll be like, I gotcha.
As long as it's a church,
yeah.
I'm very interested.
You know, every so often, Mr. Garcia, maybe you could just lift up that picture of our President Trump sleeping. As you say, I think he's praying. But if he is sleeping, you know, he certainly looks pretty while he sleeps.
They're telling people that they can't have cameras in the courtroom, but if they had nothing to hide, and if they're truly being honest about this, why is it that you guys can't be in the courtroom and see exactly what we're seeing? Just because we're members of Congress does not mean we have authority more than you guys to know exactly what's happening in that courtroom. So just an update. The president is doing well. He's in good spirits. We are here today because we know that this is nonsense and should not be happening in the United States of America.
Their whole purpose is to keep him off the campaign trail so that he can't do what he does best. You know what their intent is? This is their intent, to put him behind bars. And the American people are going to say no. They're not going to put an innocent man behind bars. I don't what kind of political theory do they want to keep going. This is a kangaroo court, pure and simple.
It is absolutely laughable and disgusting that we find ourselves in a moment where the lieutenant governor from Texas is in New York at a criminal trial for a former president, saying that he's not a part of the ruling class, when in actuality, Donald Trump is one of the richest men in America, allegedly. So I don't know what their arguments is, but they seem to have failed and bumped their damn heads. This guy said, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who is also partially responsible for barbed wire in water, which I know is absolutely drastic, but it's also America and our border crisis. This is real life. This guy actually said they want to take him off the main stage. They want to make him disappear. They want to send him to jail. Aren't you guys the Republicans that said lock her up for Hillary Clinton for a lot less than what Donald Trump has been guilty or is guilty of, but has not been in court because your Republican judges keep preventing him from being tried? Aren't y'all the ones who scream, lock him up? Aren't y'all the party of law and order, except when it applies to Donald Trump, who is facing 700 plus charges? Isn't that you? Aren't you those guys? Aren't you the party of Republicans who want to expand their police departments, who want to give their police more, who back the blue? Isn't that your party? Isn't that your party? So this idea that we want to lock Donald Trump up, they want to take him off the main stage, I don't think y'all get it. Donald Trump is not on the main stage. He's just on Republican stages. He's already been taken off the main stage when he lost the election, when there was no red wave. You don't get it. America took him off the main stage. So the day you're talking about are the voters in this country. They've already successfully taken him off stage. You guys are delusional, talking about Donald Trump put his entire life on the line. For nobody, Donald Trump has thrown so many people in jail, but he's not done a single day. Look at all of the people affiliated with this man that have been locked up. Check that. This man is responsible for January 6th, a coup attempt on the democracy that is the United States of America. And you're talking about we want to take him off the main stage. We've already done that. Y'all are just too clueless to see what's happening. This is why y'all jerry-rig districts to ensure that you still can have a chance. You haven't had a Republican win the majority vote since I don't know how many elections. because you guys don't get it. You are the party of racist white Americans. Anybody supporting Trump can be called nothing less. Donald Trump isn't for every New Yorker. He isn't for Texas. He isn't for every state. He's for Donald Trump, period. The man is literally in 2024 walking around talking about becoming a dictator. How is talking about bragging about becoming a dictator for every American? How is that even patriotic? How? How? And the idea that you're furious that someone calls Donald Trump a member of the ruling class. You guys are laughable and disgusting. I'm Mondale Robinson. Don't be a Republican.